What's up? Welcome to the Ariel Show. I'm Ariel and you are amazing and I'm so thrilled that you're here. Today we're going to be talking about creativity hacks. And this gets me so excited because I love creativity. I love any way that it can become easier, less of a painful ordeal. And I love it when other artists kind of pull back the curtain and take us as their audience kind of into their mind, into their creative process and share what works for them. Share how they come up with ideas, share how they grow that idea into something that you can listen to or watch or read. And so this is something that's been really beneficial to me, learning about other people's artistic processes. So I thought I would share some of my own for you guys today. Super easy, foolproof, just really practical stuff that you can start instantly, whether you feel creative or not. This is all about kind of getting past the part of whether you feel inspired or not. What can you do anyway to make something anyway? So one of the first kind of techniques that I have for you, I've kind of named fill in the blank. And filling in the blank is this thing where you intentionally put yourself in front of a piece of content, but you stop yourself before it's finished. So what that looks like is, for example, music. You don't listen to the whole song. Or book, you don't read the whole book and you think what would come next. And this isn't about trying to think of what the artist or the author would put next. This is about what do you think needs to come next? What has been missing so far? What would be really awesome? What would just like totally make this, take this thing to the next level? And for me, I did this one of the first times when I was like a teenager. A new album came out. It was actually an Evanescence album. And I love Evanescence choruses. I loved them even more back then. And so what I would do is when the new record came out, I hadn't heard any of the songs, except for like the single, I would intentionally stop the track right at the pre-chorus, right as the chorus was about to hit, so that swell, that moment where it was all about to be like, bam, payoff moment. And I would pause it and I would think, okay, what would come next here? What would make sense? And that would be such a great landing point, such a great jumping point, because I would be in an inspired state, and it wouldn't be about thinking, what would Amy Lee do here? It's thinking, what would I do here? What do I think needs to come here? And so then I would capture that moment. I would write down my lyrics or melody or whatever, or just kind of an inspiring thing that I thought should happen. And then I would compare it to what was actually there. A lot of times what was actually there was way better, but a lot of times I really felt more connected to what I wrote because, it came from me, so I was emotionally connected to it. And that was a really great jumping point for me to take that piece of content, that moment of inspiration, and run with it and see where it takes me. And it wouldn't sound anything like a copycat song. It wouldn't sound like, oh, she totally just ripped off that song. Not like that at all. That's not what this is about. I'm all about being my authentic self. I think you guys know that. I'm all about you being your authentic self. But there are so many resources available to us. There's so much art. There are so many artists. There's just so much creative content in the world. See what you can do to use other people's creative process and use it as a bit of a jumping off point. Same thing, there's a book coming out this fall that I've been really excited about a subject that I'm really excited to learn more about. All summer long, I've been thinking, oh my gosh, that book is coming. And I've been thinking, what is this going to be about? What are the specific techniques going to be here? And I've been writing them down myself, okay? So I'm just 100% thinking, what is this author going to say? And I've been saying what I would say on that subject. And it's so much more inspiring for me when I kind of put myself in someone else's shoes who has like an actual, book coming out on a specific date, rather than just me thinking, oh, one day I'll write a book. Like, I'm literally using that as an inspirational kind of pivoting point and doing my own thing. And I'm going to say what I have to say in such a different way. It's going to be so different than the original author's intent. And my final piece of work will be unrecognizable from anything that, a creative person had to begin with. And you too, don't be scared of like, oh, this is going to be, tit for tat, the exact same thing of what someone else did. It's not. It's going to be yours. It's going to be original. And if you feel kind of uncomfortable with that, I would kind of encourage you to share it with other people and see if they can tell a similarity. On that note, Bam Bam Pop, I wrote that song with another person's YouTube track. This is such a great way for me to write songs. I find instrumentals online, and then I write my own lyrics to it, my own vocals. This is most powerful for me when I haven't heard the actual vocals of what the actual song is. So you just get a cool instrumental track, and you make it kind of just, like I said, your starting point. You need somewhere to start. I wrote all the Bam Bam Pop lyrics and melody, and then the producer that produced it had never heard the track that I actually wrote it on, so 100% night and day difference. I don't think anyone would be able to tell that that's what I did, but it worked. I got a song out of it pretty quickly and effortlessly, and I want to encourage you guys to try stuff like that, see if that works for you. Also, you guys put yourself in front of inspiring content. For me, if I need to write a song, I listen to songs that inspire me. I have tons of stuff on Spotify saved of stuff that I'm like, ooh, this is cool. And all it takes is for me to listen to it. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. Like I get in that zone, I get in that feeling, and it makes me want to do something. And like I said, I never end up writing a song that sounds like that song because it's all about the feeling. I feel inspired when I listen to a certain song, and I want to create that same feeling of maybe inspiration, motivation, whatever the feeling is. That's what you're going for. That's what great art does, you guys. It makes people feel something. So that's what you're trying to do, is kind of replicate, reinvent the feeling through your own creative artistic lens. Make it yours. Make it something that you can be proud of, that other people can be inspired by and say, oh my gosh, I just heard your song, and then that makes them want to create from that too. Same thing with places. Being in new places is inspiring. If you live in a small town, it can be really hard to come across new people, new places, new experiences. So I would encourage you to intentionally put yourself in creative environments, in fun, new energies. We had the awesome opportunity to go play Australia in February, and Australia just had such a really cool, different culture than the States did, or any European city that I've been to previously. And I really felt inspired over there. I had a bunch of just like buzzing creative ideas going all the time because I was in a new environment. And I learned from that environments matter. Like it helps you to get out of your rut intentionally. So do that. Okay, you can tell I get super excited about this. Just kind of what I want to close with is this idea that for me, brilliance, inspiration, creativity is birthed after moments of rest. I don't write a lot of stuff when we're on tour. I'm not at my creative best when I'm stressed or overworked or there's too much on my schedule. I'm just kind of present in the moment, doing what I need to do to show up that day and be my best. But I don't have a bunch of extra creative content flowing out of my soul. So for me, I need to rest, which is what we talked about last week. So you should check out that episode. When I'm resting, everything is kind of growing under the surface, okay? It's almost like soil that's like been overworked. Like not a bunch of new stuff is gonna grow because it's not like super fertile, nutritious soil if a bunch of stuff has already been growing. So you need to like let it chill out. You need to let it rest. And then under the surface, stuff will start happening, but you might feel frustrated if you're like, oh my gosh, I've taken a whole weekend off and I have not written 6 records worth of songs yet. Like, it doesn't really work like that. It's all kind of happening underneath. And then soon the harvest will come. Soon more inspirational moments of brilliance will come. And I've heard that time and time again. That's not just me. Like, I've heard a lot of artists say that they need to pause and chill out and really not create for a little bit, and then bam, all their good stuff comes. And so don't beat yourself up if you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't made anything good in months. Maybe you need to chill out for a while, but even in that chill out process, it probably won't come right away. So be patient with yourself, be gentle, and if you really want to test the waters and see if you can create, try one of the things I just said. Start in kind of a practical way. Throw on a YouTube track and see if some lyrics come to mind. Listen to something that inspires you. This is obviously songwriting related, was what specifically I'm talking about here, but this will work for any kind of creative endeavors because they're all kind of the same. Like, they all work in the same places of our minds. And it's just like our chosen technique and path of kind of expressing that creative pulse. So there you go. I hope that was inspiring and helpful for you. Please show me your guys' ideas. Like, I don't want this to be a one-sided conversation, and it's not, because you guys are so smart. You guys are like on top of it, and I love going through your comments and just reading all your brilliant ideas. So thank you so much. Thank you, patrons, patreon.com. You guys rock. Thank you so much. I could not do this without you. I'm so grateful to you. And to everyone watching, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next week.